No one in my community, because I come from a low-income family with like a migrant background. Nobody would be able to picture themselves interning in a place like Washington, D.C., much less on the Hill, because it costs a lot of money. And that's sometimes what stops a lot of people. Like, I know for like college, a lot of students are like, oh, I can't do that because like I have this to pay. I have to help my family. Like they need to do this. But by me having these programs, I'm able to go back to my community and be like, you need to apply for this. My family all goes crazy and like they're like, oh my gosh, like she's in Washington, D.C., she's working with Congress. Like they're like, Mija, I'm so proud of you.
When it came to the packing part, I was just like dejándolo ir, you know. So I actually packed the night before. I was like, is this really true? Am I really going to DC? I got on the plane and my brother's like, okay, bye, send us pictures, you know, like, okay. But it didn't feel like I was coming to DC. I was placed in Senator Schumer's office, the minority leader, and it's been an amazing experience. There, I've gotten to work on a project that has to do with immigration.
Once I got here, I got placed in the Office of Migrant Education, which is what I wanted because I am an education major as well, and plus like I have an interest in like migrant education specifically.
I really thought that I was going to go home and that I was going to work at the senior home with my mom as a resident assistant. Like that's what I envisioned myself doing, which is really sad. But I'd never even heard of internships before camp. Like I didn't know what they were, and I didn't know that like really they shape your way to grad school. And so it's not so much that I didn't have an interest, it's just that I wasn't informed on what they were. And so I didn't pursue an internship. But I think now like I'm already planning for my future summers, and I'm already like planning to participate in so many different organizations when I get back. So it's really opened the door to so many other opportunities.
I feel like this is both an opportunity and a blessing to be working at the Office of Migrant Education, because like I mentioned before, they were the first people who started to help us when we first came here to the United States. And for me, this is like a new way to give back to this program. Interning in their office, for me, it's a pleasure because I have learned about how the system works, about education policy, data evaluation, and it motivates me to one day probably come back and be and work at the Migrant Education Office, either at my region, at the state level, or at the federal level. Now I feel like my voice matters, and I can use my experience to help other people.
I didn't imagine that this internship was within my possibilities, much less anything else. I wouldn't even have known where to begin to look for opportunities. Porque people tell you, yeah, the opportunity is there, they're out there. But it's just like, can you point me to where they at, to where I can look for them? And so I didn't really envision myself here. Si me hubieras dicho un año atrás que yo iba a estar aquí en este momento en mi vida, I'd be like, huh, you're on something, okay, you're on something. Because I have no idea, I'm never gonna get anywhere near DC or anything like that, and much less because I'm a psychology major. But now I feel more ready to take up opportunities. Porque if I did already that something that was completely out of my scope and I succeeded, I'm a lot more confident in myself to do something within my major, internships related to my major, or applying for scholarships, or taking a job somewhere that I wouldn't have before. But now I do, porque digo, si pude algo que no tenía nada que ver conmigo, of course I can take upon another challenge que tiene que ver con lo que yo estoy estudiando. Why not?
Me being in DC for 2 months at a paid internship in the Department of Education was nowhere near like my goal, or like and something I just simply didn't think of it. This opportunity I would not be here without camp.
In 7 years, I hope to have my criminal law degree, be an attorney, help my community with a lot of immigration stuff, especially my parents, have them with me, have a good job, and be able to provide for them.
I see myself probably finishing my master's program and applying to a full-time position and probably in one university working probably for the camp program, because I want to give back to the camp program. I want to motivate other students to come to college. I want to share my story with them so they can feel that in one way or another we all have a connection, we all have a dream. And also, like, I just wanna come back to my family, to the camp family, you know, because without them, without the support and all that positive vibes and everything, this dream wouldn't be possible, you know.
Probably getting my PhD, but also already working a job, maybe at a clinic or a hospital. I'm still forming my idea of what I want to do with my major. And this internship actually helped me out a lot to form what I wanted to do, because I know that I'm interested in working with immigration. I know that I want to work with children and teenagers, and I know that I want to be a psychologist. So how can I tie these three interests all together? So I'm still not sure, but it's helped me out in forming more of what I want to do with that.
I want to look for after I graduate would be to like go into the Peace Corps. If that works out, I'd love to be able to go overseas and sort of gain like knowledge and a different perspective over there and be able to bring it back here. But I do believe ultimately I think I want to work in like a student service type level at a university stage, and like similar to like camp, similar to HEP.
In the next couple of years, I hope to have my bachelor's in science and mechanical engineering. I really want to do the Peace Corps after I graduate. I really want to give back to everything that has been given to me.
There's a lot I feel I can see myself doing, but I have no doubt that I will definitely serve as a resource for the underrepresented community.
I see myself with my family, because although I feel really strongly about my career and what I want to do in life, it's all based on my family. I see myself buying my parents their first home. I see myself getting them their residency. Finally having security for my family, something that we haven't had. I see myself being successful and actually happy in life.